opening for somebody, then you want to put the stuff on there that'll get instant recognition so they will know you through your music. Fortunately for us, you know, we think of ourselves really as, you know, songwriters, so that sing. So when we get up there and we start into these songs that, oh, I didn't know they wrote that. Oh, they wrote that too. You know, that really helps us out, you know, with new audiences.
It changes too, because you have to be ready to change on the spot.
We've done that too.
We ran on the stage, and if the audience, we don't feel the right love coming from the audience, and you feel yourself dying.
We got to work tonight.
You got to turn around to your conductor and say, and change it immediately, because you don't want to die. So you can have your program, but you also have to be ready to change it immediately, because there's certain kind of people who like certain kind of songs, and they like, some people want to dance when you come out. Some people just want to be intimate with you. So you kind of feel your way through a show.
I remember we were in Europe, and we looked at each other. The audience was so quiet. We said, oh, we are dying tonight.
Remember that too.
We are dying. So and we kept changing. We kept doing, we did the encore, we put that in early.
Put everything
we did everything.
All the good stuff.
Yeah. We changed the whole. And then by the end of the show, the audience stood up screaming. They loved us, but we saw nothing.
They didn't give us no response, so we kept saying, well, change this, put this in. And then when it was over, they
went
stomped
bananas.
and went crazy. We didn't have nothing left.
And then we had no encore. We had no encore.
I mean, it's funny you say that. I remember the first time. Yeah, here I grew up, not just in a black church. I grew up in a Pentecostal church.
All right now.
So, you know, we jumping and singing and speaking in tongues all day long for hours at a time. So I'm used to that kind of energy. I eventually, you know, go to college, and now I'm getting exposed to Frankie Beverly and Mays and Ashford Simpson and Prince, and so I'm used to this energy. I remember the first time I went to a Beethoven concert. And I couldn't get how, and I love the music. I was like, I wanted to clap and stand up, all different things.
You like, right?
Negro, sit down. You know? And then I got it. At the end, when the whole thing is over, then the audience stands up and encore. Bravo, bravo.
Yes.
10 encores.
They would applaud for 20 minutes at the end. You see, black folk ain't like that. We got to get into it in the right now. You got to get down right now while you're at it. But I had to learn that.
We need that to keep going. We're better when you let us know you love us. Then we get good.
So I feel bad when I saw y'all at Feinstein. I was over there yelling and screaming and stuff. And they probably think, Tavis, will you calm down?
We love it.
You said something a moment ago I want to go back and get. You and Nick, you suggested, see yourself as songwriters who sing and not singers who write songs.
Right.
That's an important distinction for you. Yeah. Why?
Because we started as we started as Valerie and Nick, and we soon realized.
I want to ask you about that, how you became Ashford Simpson.
We realized then that the singing thing was secondary to, you know, what we should be doing, and we became songwriters, you know, and people say, well, why didn't you sing those songs yourself? Because we were songwriters. And the dream is to have somebody wonderful like a Diana Ross sing your song, interpret it, and take it all the way up there, you know, and that's what happened to us.
How do you subject your ego to that reality? When you know that you can sing, but you know that somebody else's treatment on this thing may make this thing go to the top of the charts, how do you subject your ego to say, you know what, I'm going to give this one to them, because I know that Diana, I know that, that Marvin and Tammy, I know they can work this thing.
I think in those days we didn't have those feelings.
Right.
I think we just wanted to write some hot songs, you know. And we never, people have asked us, you know, why didn't you keep that song for yourself? But it never entered our minds.
Never did. I mean, and also writing for Marvin and Tammy, because they were a duet, it was like we were in a groove. And once you get in that groove, you know, it's like a team. And that was our part of the job, you know, to give them.
At that time.
We were. Right. I didn't know you could sing back then.
But you know, when I started singing, I wasn't prepared. It took me 5 years to. They used to wrap my body up in towels before I went on stage.
He would sweat so much.
I would just sweat so much, and I'd be dry when I run on the stage. The time I got in front of the microphone, it just like a river pouring out. I don't know what made that happen. It took 5 years for that to stop happening to me.
For him to believe that the people loved him enough. That you could stop.
What I know this story, and I know your hardcore fans know the story, but since y'all been together so long, for those who haven't heard the story, y'all got together how?
We met in church. I was homeless, and I went up to
White Rock Baptist
someone
Church.
told me to go up there and get a meal.
My church.
And when I walked in the church, I remember I saw Valerie. She was singing with 3 girls, and she was just rocking. I said, kind of cute. You know, I wasn't dealing with it. I was so hungry, I really couldn't deal with it then, you know. But after,
she's cute, but that chicken sure smell good.
I couldn't wait for service to be over. So after service, they went downstairs, and the sisters, you know, had that chicken, and I had collard greens
And we welcomed
chicken.
him because he was,
she
you know, from out of town,
so
you know.
sweet.
We didn't know his backstory. We didn't know he was homeless.
Yeah.
But we did find out that he wrote gospel songs, and our little group needed some songs. So because I played the piano, and he wrote gospel songs, we just hooked up right away.
It was natural.
That's amazing. Wow.
And like you said, we used to be Valerie and Nick. But when we went to Motown, this is why, you know, ladies are generally first. So the reason her name is after mine now, when we went to Motown, I was kind of quiet, laid back, cool. You know, you couldn't upset me for nothing.
Right.
And then Valerie would get at the piano and she'd be killing them. And then they'd swoop Valerie away like she did everything. And I'm still laying up there cool. You know? Am I invited, you know, to the party? So I realized that kept happening more and more.
Right.
So when we got back to New York, I said, Val, you know, something's got to change. I said, no one thinks I did anything. I say, but you know what we could do? Put my name first. And if it's Ashford Simpson, they'll know it, but my name first, I had to have something to do with it. So that's
I love the honesty of that story. Brother said, put my name first, man.
That's how it was reversed.
On my very, very first flight to L.A., I wasn't living here. I wasn't working here. This is long before TV, long before Tom Bradley, which preceded TV. My very first flight to L.A., and I hadn't even flown before. First flight to L.A., flying from Indiana, where I grew up, all the way to L.A. I'm on a plane, and there's a woman in front of me who had gotten just downright drunk. And she stood up in the seat at 38,000 square feet and insisted on performing for the entire plane solid.
No.
Yes.
No.
Took off her top.
No.
Just got buck wild with it.
What you say?
The flight attendants had to shut that thing down. But I was like, what is this song Solid that she is singing? That's how I got introduced to that song.
Oh, my goodness.
But that's neither here nor there. So y'all kind of tweaked it a little bit. Now it's not just solid as rock. It's solid as Barack.
Well,
How'd that happen?
No.
How'd
That started right out here
we
in
didn't
L.A.
actually do that.
In
Okay.
L.A., right here.
In L.A., right.
It started here. We were doing a concert, I think, for Black Enterprises. And during Solid as a Rock, I put the mic out to the audience expecting them to say Solid as a Rock. And these 2 ladies down front start saying Solid as Barack.
And then you got all of a sudden 3,000 people are saying solid as Barack. So when we got back to New York at Feinstein, Val would tell the story how that happened to us. And the guy from the New York Times,
Stephen Holden.
He
wrote about
it. He's a critic, yeah.
And then Saturday Night Live picked it up. So we had to do something.
People were like, you know, you got to. So Nick wrote the tribute.
So now on iTunes.
Yeah, right. It's got all new lyrics and everything.
Go to iTunes for Solid as Barack.
And it can be your ringtone.
And,
you know?
right. And actually, when you buy the CD, you can put it in your computer, and you can also have Solid as Barack as an extra.
I could talk to y'all for hours because I appreciate more than anything else not just your gift, but your humanity. What makes your lyrical content stand out as compared to others is the humanity that's in that lyric. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. Nick and Val, or Ashford and Simpson.
Get it right.
Ashford Simpson. When Nick Ashford passed away last week at the age of 70, Motown founder Berry Gordy said this: "I will remember his warm smile, his great heart, and the wonderful songs he left us with. Despite my personal sorrow, I know we will be celebrating his life forever." And whether you knew Nick Ashford personally or were just touched by his music, his life and legacy will live on through song for generations to come. That's our show for tonight. Until next time, good night from Los Angeles. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep the faith.